The winning Powerball ticket has been sold, so get back to work, people.
Prince William finally reveals who decided he and Harry should walk behind their mother, Princess Diana's coffin during her funeral procession.
She'll leave the room, and I'm like, Birdie, and I'll try to mimic Nicole, but she won't laugh hard at me, and I'm like, oh.
The Bella twins reveal how Brie's baby has such a special, adorable bond with her Aunt Nikki.
But then you see someone telling your story, and you're like, they get it.
This Is Us star Sterling K. Brown opens up about the overwhelming public response he has had from the show's trans race adoption story.
Plus, Thomas Rhett's confession about life getting intense with 2 daughters. We'll tell you how the country star's newborn is shaking things up.
And wait until you hear one mother's touching story about how Siri is helping her autistic teenage son.
It is all today on People Now. Yeah, I know. Sorry, everybody. Sad day. The Powerball jackpot went to one very lucky person on Wednesday, or one ticket at least, but we can still dream about it, right? In honor of that winning ticket, we want to know what you would do if you won the Powerball money. Let us know in the comments below. Dream a little dream, and we'll dream with you here today on the show. But first, here's what you need to know what's trending today. The winning ticket for Wednesday's more than $758 million Powerball jackpot was sold in Massachusetts, according to lottery officials. 9,397,723 additional players also won prizes, totaling more than $135 million. That's according to the Powerball website. Wednesday's drawing was for the second largest Powerball jackpot in history. A $1.6 billion prize was also shared by 3 people back in January of 2016. Now, in this case, the numbers were 6, 7, 16, 23, 26, and the Powerball was 4. The payout, which can be taken in a lump sum or 29 yearly payments, is estimated to be around $443 million. The odds of matching all 6 numbers, 1 in 292.2 million. Wow, incredible for someone. Good luck to them for coming forward with that. Prince William is revealing in a new BBC documentary who decided he and Harry should walk behind their mother's coffin during her funeral procession. At the time, Diana's brother Charles, 9th Earl of Spencer, argued against the move. Now, Prince William is revealing how the decision was made, saying it wasn't an easy decision and it was a collective family decision to do that. It was one of the hardest things I've ever done, but we were overwhelmed by how many people turned out. It was just incredible. There was that balance between duty and family, and that's what we had to do. Prince Harry going on to explain that I think it was a group decision, but before I knew it, I found myself with a suit on with a black tie and a white shirt, and I was part of it. Genuinely, I don't have an opinion on whether that was right or wrong, but I'm glad I was part of it. Prince William opens up even more in the new doc, saying that the march behind his late mother's coffin was a very, quote, long and lonely walk, and even explains that he had to deal with the balance of being Prince William and having to do his duty versus being private and wanting to just go in his room and cry. For more of Prince William and Prince Harry's candid discussion about the days after their mother's death, make sure to tune into the doc Diana, 7 Days, that airs September 1st on NBC. Well, I think it's safe to say musician Thomas Rhett may be the busiest and sleepiest star in country music right now. The Die a Happy Man singer is now the father of 2 baby girls after wife Lauren gave birth to daughter Ada earlier this month, and the 2 adopted 1-year-old Willa Gray in May. The star's opening up to Entertainment Tonight about his chaotic life. He says it's pretty intense because I feel like when one of them goes to sleep, the other one wakes up and vice versa. We're figuring it out as we go, and it's been a fun journey thus far. Of course, he gushed about his wife Lauren taking on mom duty, saying she's a little sleep deprived but doing amazing. He goes on to tell ET, we're just excited to kind of start to learn how to be better and better parents every day and get the kiddos out on the road. The country star also revealing he's been getting his girls into music pretty early on by playing a ton of tunes like the Rolling Stones and Led Zeppelin to Lauren's stomach when she was pregnant. He explains, quote, I'm convinced they hear that stuff and they come out and maybe later when they're 13 and 14 they hear it, they kind of feel something because they heard it in the past. If you're excited for a Rhett girl to follow in her dad's footsteps one day, well, it seems like he's not entirely opposed to it. The musician saying he would probably persuade them not to do it, but like a good dad, he goes on to say, it's a tough business for sure. It's very competitive and takes a lot of your time, but at the same time, I can't imagine doing anything different. So if they were that passionate about it, I would be super supportive. Now, guys, something we've all been waiting for. Watch this.
Beth's struggling with the adoption.
I thought that she was on board.
Yeah, I did too. How did you guys decide? With me?
There was nothing to decide the moment we saw you.
You knew. It's a hell of a story, Ma. One of my favorites. I know you guys didn't have a perfect marriage. You just lost a child, and you both just wanted me. Right away, just like that.
It's complicated.
It's something people say when they don't want to tell the truth.
That is a first look at the new season of This Is Us, and fans are counting down the days for the breakout drama to return for season 2. The TV show deals with so many topics that resonate with viewers, including the story of parents who adopted a child of a different race. Sterling K. Brown plays the older version of the character Randall, who is African American and was adopted by a white family. So when Sterling sat down with People's Jess Cagle, he explained the meaningful impact that he feels his character's story has had on viewers.
I've had a couple people who have transracially adopted come up to me and say thank you. Like they'll see me in an unexpected place, whatever it is, and they'll just be like, we have a black child, and thank you. And we have asked the questions about suntan lotion and haircuts and, you know, what's proper about all these different things. Black hair is always a huge conversation if you have a daughter in particular. I think folks just enjoy seeing their story told in a way that's highlighted for a national audience. So, because oftentimes you feel like you're just doing this in isolation and people can't understand what you're going through. But then you see someone telling your story, and you're like, they get it. You know, and we had this woman, she's a young black woman who wrote a book about being a transracial adoptee. And she came and talked to our writers before we even started writing so that they could really get inside the ideas and the problems and just concerns that parents have with children of a different race. And I think that we're getting at least something right because the response has been overwhelmingly positive. And just happy to see their story told.
We're obviously very excited for that.
Can't wait.
I know. All right, let's check in with Facebook Live. We want to know what you would do if you won the Powerball jackpot. Oh my gosh, I wish. John says, pay all of the bills and retire.
Samantha says, buy as many houses as I can and travel the world.
That'd be great. Travel, definitely. Kathy says, share with others.
Yeah.
It's very nice, Kathy.
Yeah, well, you win that much money, you gotta give to some charities. Yeah, you know. All right, keep the Facebook comments coming in. We'll check in with you soon. But Andrea, more for us in Star Trek.
That is correct, Jeremy. We are kicking off Star Treks with a country star who's embracing the single life. Singer-songwriter Cassadee Pope may be newly off the market, but the 27-year-old vocalist is more than ready to channel her experiences into new music. Pope, who attended Wednesday night's Academy of Country Music Honors in Nashville, opened up about a post-breakup song she describes as, quote, a little savage, telling Entertainment Tonight, I actually wrote one just recently that's it's almost a little savage. Yeah, it's a little raw emotionally. So I'm like, I might have to throw that guy in there. I got it all out in a song. It's just very symbolic and shows where I am in my life, and that's important to me. Last month, Cassadee and her fiance, Ryan Dawson, called off their engagement after over 7 years together. Despite the, quote, very personal life changes, the singer says she's now embracing her newfound creative freedom, although expressing her pain and learning to be on her own hasn't been easy. She explains to ET, it's super risky and weird, but it's also really exciting. I feel like the town is cheering me on, which is really cool. I've been in a lot of sessions. I've just been calling on a lot of friends, and everybody's been there for me. So it's a weird time. For now, Pope is focusing on her upcoming album, so make sure to keep a lookout for that. And speaking of country starlets, the one and only Maren Morris has been a busy lady these days. Besides an upcoming album and tour, the 27-year-old My Church singer is also engaged to fellow musician Ryan Hurd. The pair opened up about their special love at Wednesday night's Academy of Country Music Honors in Nashville. At the event, Hurd couldn't help but gush over his fiance's new sparkler, revealing to Entertainment Tonight, I know what she likes, and I had somebody in Canada put it together. The stone is from New York City, it's from an uncut diamond, and then the rest of it's cast just custom for her. I couldn't just buy something, I had to make it something that fit her. Morris, who paid tribute to the late Glenn Campbell at Wednesday night's show, couldn't help but describe her reaction to the proposal, admitting, oh, I sobbed. I mean, it was so emotional and so perfect. He's a very thoughtful human being, and I feel like the proposal was just as thoughtful as he always is, so it was perfect. Although the singer explains that her wedding planning is moving at a, quote, glacial pace, she did tease a possible springtime date. Can't wait to see Marin as a bride. Congrats to the happy couple. All right, now watch this.
He has pictures of you in his luggage.
What were you doing in their luggage?
What do they want? God help you.
Looks terrifying, but I love scary movies. Jennifer Lawrence looks scared for her life in the new movie Mother, which is directed by her boyfriend Darren Aronofsky, and he is raving over her performance in an interview with Vulture, saying this: I think there were a lot of things that the script asked that I had never seen her do, so I was trying to figure out how we were going to get there. He goes on to say, during the big climax of the movie, she really went there. The producers were freaking out. We had to sort of calm it down and then go for it again. And the thing is, there's so much ability there that somehow she can summon it again and again. You can see more of Jennifer in Mother when it hits theaters September 15th. And those are your Star Tracks for today.
Stay with us, guys. WWE superstar Brie Bella is revealing which wrestling co-star is taking on babysitting duty for her baby girl Birdie. Plus, it's Throwback Thursday, and Marlon Wayans is talking about his past hit, White Chicks. Stick around.
This is King Cutie in People. His Royal Highness Prince George Alexander Louis of Cambridge. These are George's parents, George's home, his Nana, the Queen, and his staff of 644 Englishmen. This is George's dog Lupo, who inspired his favorite book, The Adventures of the Royal Dog Lupo, one George will share now that he's a big brother. People. The details make the story. Don't miss this week's People.
Well, you know, I think it's the first time that she probably we made eye contact, but I really felt she was staring at me, and I'll never forget it. And I was like nursing her. We were home probably a couple weeks, but it was like I was nursing her, and she kind of looked up at me, and she gave me this smile. And you know, babies can't fake smiles. They don't fake anything, right? They let you know how they feel. And this genuine smile just came on, and it was it literally wants to make me tear up right now, but it was just whoa, how I felt in that moment. I was just this is the most incredible thing in the world.
There is something great about that. Yeah.
Do you have a favorite moment?
I do. It's cute because Birdie and I do have a super special bond. And she laughed out loud the first time with me. And she does. And it was just so cute to hear that laugh out loud. And then she giggled for the first time with me. And seeing her just giggling and how happy, I was melted, fully melted.
And then she'll leave the room, and I'm like, Birdie, and I'll try to mimic Nicole, but she won't laugh hard at me, and I'm like, oh.
Even when I walk in the room, it's cute. She'll find me and just huge smile, and she makes me feel so important. It's the best feeling.
How cute is little Birdie Joe? Although Total Bella star Brie Bella welcomed her daughter just a few months ago, the tiny 3-month-old already has her mama and auntie wrapped around her finger, plus a few famous and familiar babysitters. Watch this.
You know, it's crazy because Naomi, who is, on WWE SmackDown, she literally, I tell her, I'm like, you need to be a mom ASAP. She babysat Birdie, so and she did insane, and Birdie loved her. And it was cute because even Natalia, who's one of my close friends, she's come and she's so she literally was kind of like Nicole, I never want kids, but she's Birdie just gave me baby fever.
Oh wow.
It's really cute because you'll actually get to see all that in Total Divas season 7 after Total Bella season 2. And I was there watching them, and I'm like, oh my gosh, Naomi needs to be a mom ASAP.
Well, I love that they're coming in babysitting and stuff. It's going to be like the WWE Divas babysitting service or something.
Naya came to visit us in our hotel room a few days ago because she was like, no, I have to see Birdie. I don't care how busy I am.
Brie, go do something. I got this. Yeah. I'm like, really? I'm like, this is a mom's dream.
Yeah, right.
Guys, it's been 13 years since White Chicks hit the big screen, but the movie that skyrocketed Marlon and Shawn Wayans' career is still watched and adored by many. And Marlon says he's all in for round 2. Take a look.
That cast, we went out every night. We hung out every night. We did a dance battle, that Brittany did. We actually did that because we were rehearsing it all the time. We actually did it in the club. We did a real live dance battle in the club, and that was awesome.
I know you hookers don't think this is over with. Let's kick it old school.
Do you still keep in touch with anyone from the cast?
I see Busy at the gym, and so I keep in touch with her, and sometimes those Wayans brothers.
You said time for a sequel. Could that be happening, White Chicks 2?
I hope so. I'm down. I said it. I'm down. If you can get Sean and Keenan to do it, and you get the studio to finance, it'll be good. From there, I'm all in.
Well, guys, writer Judith Newman is opening up about her journey with her autistic son, Gus, in a new book, To Siri with Love, where she describes how love, understanding, and yes, Apple's Siri transformed her family. Watch.
My name is Judith Newman. I just wrote a book called To Siri with Love, which is a family story about raising an average kid on the autism spectrum. Like so many people who do IVF, as I did, I had twins. For a very long time, I wanted to deny that there were differences between them. It became clearer and clearer by the way Gus didn't meet the milestones at the time of his brother, that there was something wrong. When he was about 3 years old, he was kicked out of nursery school because of the way he related to the other kids, which was that he didn't. For Gus, Siri became a way of practicing conversation, a bridge to talking to people. I remember the first time that Gus started asking Siri if she would marry him, which I found kind of touching because it didn't occur to me to ask him if he was interested in marriage, if he was interested in love. And Siri would say something about, "No, thank you, Gus. That's not in my operating instructions," or she has a couple of particular answers, and he wasn't unhappy with the answer. It was fine. He just wanted to know, just like he wants to know many things. And I think it gave him a sense of comfort, and for all I know, a little sense of bravery that he could ask people questions like that. That's what a machine can actually do for somebody who is communications impaired.
Such an incredible story there. And now we go to our Thursday hero. Lisa Cartelli was 9 years old when she was severely burned in a gas explosion at her grandparents' East Detroit home. But she turned her tragedy into something hopeful and positive for young girls who are facing the same challenges she has had as a burn victim. Take a look. Lisa Cartelli is joining us live. Welcome, Lisa. How are you?
Great. Thanks for having me on.
Of course. Thanks for joining us. So you've been through a lot. Now you're helping others who are going through similar experiences. So what I love about you, though, is you stay so positive. How have you stayed positive in the face of such a tragic, permanent injury?
You know, I learned, it was really about in 5th grade when I had a little epiphany that kind of stuck with me, that when I acted like a victim, I was treated like a victim. And when I acted strong and centered and fun and happy, then people gravitated to me and they wanted to be around me. And my life got better when I started to look at my life as a gift, as the trauma was a gift.
Yeah, and your organization, yes, Angel Faces, helps so many people overcome the trauma of being burned, going through that. What has the response been like from the young girls that you've helped?
Well, the real gift is when the girls go home and they call me and say, I signed up for the soccer team, or I went on a date, or, you know, one of the girls left and went home and asked the cutest boy in high school to the prom.
Wow, I love that.
Yeah, and it's that kind of stuff because they come to the retreat so wounded, Andrea. They come so broken and really feeling as though their life is over. And teaching them that their trauma is a gift, that they survived, and what are they going to do with that gift now? So I love when the retreat closes and time marches down and those calls come in, the emails come in from the mothers, you know, thank you for giving me my daughter back. That to me is what touches my heart.
Well, I think it's so amazing they have you as a role model and they can look to you for inspiration. How can people watching at home get involved and help support your foundation?
Well, they can go online to my website. They can donate through there. We're always looking for a corporate partner and things to really sustain us. We've been going on since 2003. So donations, call the office, send checks, you know, anything to really keep us going. And it doesn't matter how big or small.
And they also can read about your story with your book. How do they find that?
Yes, so my book, Heart of Fire, is about really getting back up from the traumas and challenges and losses that we all go through, whether it's a burn injury, a separation, a divorce, a loss of a parent. It's really about finding that resilience again and getting back up and brushing yourself off and taking the piece that you learned from it and knowing that there's a blessing in there somewhere. Somehow, you'll see that it was the greatest thing that could happen to you.
It's such a beautiful message. Lisa, thank you so much for everything that you're doing and for joining us. For more information, please visit www.angelfaces.com. If you want to hear more about Lisa's story, pick up her book, Heart of Fire, on Amazon. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
This is Jennifer Lawrence in People. This is Jennifer photobombing Taylor Swift and Sarah Jessica Parker and Liam Hemsworth, proving that while we all love the fashion of the red carpet, it's people who steal the show. People. The details make the story.
Oh, you got me
Selfish was the first song, first of all, that I've ever written, and the first day we wrote it, I was like, this is something special. I knew, like, right away. And it's basically kind of about being with someone and you're so selfish of, like, their time and, like, who they hang out with and who they're around, and you want all their affection, like, all the time. And I think anybody who's in, like, a new relationship, you know, can relate to that.
You may or may not be aware of this. I have heard the ladies love you. What do you look for in a future sort of, like, dedicated partner? What's a person need to have?
Trust.
You writing this down, guys? Okay.
Trust. They have to be funny and they have to have a good sense of humor because I joke around 90% of the time.
Would you ever date a fan? Bigger question.
Yeah, of course. I think, why wouldn't you?
Right.
If someone, you know, feels that way about your music and feels that way about you, like, you're halfway there.
There you go. A true man of the hair, singer Spencer Sutherland has been making all his lady fans swoon with his soulful voice and catchy tunes. Selected as Elvis Duran's July Artist of the Month, the 24-year-old musician has been killing the game with his hit single Selfish, and that's why it's our Toyota People Pick of the Day. Now, while the performer clearly loves all of his fans, there are some encounters that, let's just say, really stick out. Watch this.
There's been a few, but one that just sticks out in my mind about how much I meant to someone, which is, you know, they mean to me a lot, but it was crazy, is this girl lived in Atlanta, and I was at my parents' house in Ohio, and she drove all the way up to my house.
Oh my God.
I don't know how she knew the address. I don't know how she knew, like, where it was, but...
Showed up.
Got back from a run, and she was there.
And did you call the cops, or did you guys just have a nice conversation? She left. I don't know which way this goes.
We had a nice conversation. We took some pictures, and she left.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy? I was pretty cool with it. It was a little bit like, whoa. how'd you know?
Yeah.
My mom was a little bit freaked out.
I'm sure, yeah.
I was don't worry. They know I'm in LA.
Yeah. Have fans gotten you any crazy gifts? Have they made anything for you?
Yeah, I've got some cool stuff. I've gotten a custom hat. I've gotten custom Vans.
Okay.
This is so crazy, but I got a $500 gift card. I know.
We love you so much. Why don't you enjoy some Amazon products?
I didn't know what to do with it. I was like, I'm not I don't know.
I would like those gifts.
Yeah, I know, right?
Where are my gifts?
Gift cards. Hey, but pay attention for that guy. He's doing a lot of really good stuff, and we're definitely going to hear a lot more from him, no doubt.
All right, let's check in with Facebook Live one last time. We're asking what you would do if you won the Powerball jackpot. Bethany says, I would help people who really need it.
John says, buy a private plane so I could travel anywhere without having to book flights. And the convenience of that would be worth every penny.
Matthew says, I would save it and put it in the bank.
Donna says, set up plans to pay our family bills, then go to Hawaii and watch sunsets on Maui. And many people saying they would give to help people in need. And
great.
That's fantastic to
It
see.
is.
An overwhelming majority of people saying that. Thank you so much for watching, guys.
Thank you.
To be sure, what'd you say?
I said thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for watching, and thanks for having a heart that would give to people if you ever end up with money. Tune in again tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. Eastern. Gearing up for the season finale of Game of Thrones with the moments we're most looking forward to. We cannot wait. And we're celebrating Blake Lively's birthday with a look at her and Ryan Reynolds' cutest moments. How can we narrow it down? Every moment with them is like the most adorable moment.
Thanks for watching. For now, we leave you with one last thing from Brie and Nikki Bella. Enjoy.
Bye, guys.
Hey, I'm Nikki Bella.
And I'm Brie Bella.
And this is One Last Thing. Our last girls' night. Yeah, so we like to hit coast to coast, and our girlfriends and I were all big in having amazing dinners.
And wine.
Yeah, wine with dinner is a must. Our last time that we laughed so hard we cried, some person called someone out because their shirt was unbuttoned, and then the person lifted up their shirt and did a belly dance, and then put the shirt down, and then looked at the person next to me and was like, I don't know why I did that. I'm so embarrassed right now.
And it was a guy who did it to a bunch of girls, and all the girls got
like
quiet.
a conservative guy, but you could tell he just got embarrassed being called out. And then I was like, Brie and I just lost it. And then later on in the room, when no one was around, we were like,
it was worse.
I think we laughed about that for 2 days. We laughed about weird stuff, sorry. The last TV show I binge watched and you binge watched was kind of the same one because you got me hooked. Rain!
It was like my thing when Brie
you knew
just came
every
out of the
episode
hospital.
was like 30, or every season was like 30 episodes.
I know.
I never got sleep for like a month straight. I'm
Literally,
like,
Brian would walk in and he goes, Rain again, and I'm like, yeah.
By the way, Rain's amazing if you haven't watched it. Our last big splurge.
Ooh,
Well, mine.
My shoes, Stella McCartney.
What? Actually, these were wise.
Don't tell my husband, by the way.
I'm like, how can you
I like had to
stand
hide
this?
them.
But pretty much my whole, every time I know I'm coming to the city, I have to get like my Carrie Bradshaw on, so I go shop like crazy.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, so New York's always my biggest splurge.